Hey everybody, now, if you've ever played the game of Monopoly, everybody probably played the game of Monopoly at least once in their lives. That is a game, I think it's translated into something like 120 different languages. Anyway, if you've ever played the game of Monopoly, you know that, you know how you go around the board and there's that, you could land on chance or community chest. Sometimes you pull a card out, it says pay taxes. You cannot pay the taxes in the game of Monopoly until the game distributes the money first. Okay? Without the money distributed, you can't play the game. You cannot pay taxes until the game distributes the money first. Same exact thing with our monetary system. Okay? Taxes can only be paid in US dollars, and the government is the issuer of the dollar. In order for anyone to be able to pay their taxes, that is, satisfy a tax liability denominated in US dollars, the government has to spend those dollars into existence first. We collect those dollars as a result of our labor and hard work, and then the government demands some of it back. That's it, all right? We do not fund the government with our taxes. Again, we cannot even pay tax until the government spends those dollars into existence first, all right? The government is a maker of money. The non-government is a taker of money. The non-government is a maker of things, goods and services, and the government is a taker of things, goods and services. So you have to understand that relationship. We do not fund the government with our taxes. There is no way for us to pay our taxes in dollars, and that's the only thing that the IRS will take. I mean, you can go to the IRS with a brick of gold, and they're going to say to you, that's great. Now go sell that gold and give us some dollars. Give us some money in dollars. So we do not fund, our taxes do not fund the government. We cannot even pay our taxes until those dollars are created, and then we go out through our labor, collect those dollars. We all collect different amounts depending on many things, our resourcefulness, our cleverness, our ability to innovate, our you know, the force of our labor, whatever, cheating, I don't know, whatever. The government spends the dollars into existence. We go out, we collect the dollars individually, depending on our skills and everything else, and then the government takes some of it back. We do not fund, we cannot pay the taxes until, same thing like a Monopoly game. You cannot, if you play Monopoly without the game distributing that money first, what are you going to do? Let's say you land on Boardwalk, you land on Park Place. You got no money to buy that. And, you know, that it's not that the government gives you money to buy a house. But if anything, if you pay in anything in dollars, those dollars had to be distributed into the system first. So the best example in the Monopoly game is when you land on that chance or community chest and you pull that card and it says pay taxes, you're only giving back some of the money that was already distributed by the game, which you earned, okay? I'm not saying it was handed to you. You earned it through your cleverness or whatever, your skill in playing the game, right? Your skill in playing the game. But let's face it, it's not that money that you're giving back that is funding the government. I mean, which came first? The money had to be distributed into the game. That's how it works. That's how it works. A lot of people, they don't understand that. I would say most people don't understand that, and that is why, you know, you get bad policy, bad politics, and in some ways a broken or a limited society, because we limit ourselves. We limit the things we can have as a society because it is based, all of our thinking, all of our politics, all of our policy is all based on a flawed understanding of how the game works. If everybody understood how the game worked, then we could, proceed in a rational fashion. And of course, there'd have to be some checks and balances in there, right? Like if the spending created too much inflation and you want to take some of the spending back, you cut the spending, or then you impose taxes, right? To take some of that money away out of people's hands. But the flawed understanding leads to limits on the society, which are really limits imposed by ignorance, and these limits always affect the broader citizenry. It does not affect people who have the connections to the top, those who are in charge. They get everything. The broader citizenry gets very little, and maybe even some of these people at the top, although, I have many stories I can tell you from my days when I worked at Fox News, that a lot of these, high and mighty folks, these big shots, these ones at the top, they don't know jack, all right? They are really, really, really confused. And you might say, well, Mike, they're just saying that because they don't want to give away the fact that I know. You know how I know? I know because you can catch them so easily in their own contradictions. You can catch them so easily contradicting themselves. So if somebody who's clever and really understands the truth, but is putting out kind of this false story because by holding the truth dear to his chest, he somehow benefits or she somehow benefits. So they don't want to expose the truth because if you know the truth, that will take away their advantage. All right? Sort of a Machiavellian thing. But I can tell you that how stupid and dumb they are. It was easy for me when I met a lot of these people, and I used to meet them all the time working at Fox, and they would, they would almost take me into their confidence because they used to see me on TV. Oh, you work for Fox, yeah. So they would talk to me, and then you catch them all the time in their contradictions. So they don't understand. And people ask me that all the time. Mike, don't you think they really understand and they're just like hiding it? No! I know for a fact they don't understand because every single one of them I have caught contradicting themselves. All right? Stupid, dumb people. I mean, they're not even smart enough to kind of, be consistent with their ignorance. It's all over the map. So when that happens, you know that they have no clue about what's going on. No clue about what's going on. One time I'll tell a bunch of stories here. So anyway, that's it. You cannot pay your taxes. If you played a Monopoly game, you cannot pay your taxes until the game distributes the money first. Same thing with our monetary system. You cannot pay your taxes until the government spends those dollars into existence first. Okay? That's how it goes. The government is a maker of money. The non-government is a taker. And the non-government is a maker of things, goods and services. And the government is a taker. All right? That's the distinction. So just remember that. Bye.